What's up, folks? Welcome back to the stream. That's a T5S2 Pod 24 finals. We just watched the 23 finals. Pretty spicy game. Astra Militarum versus Mechanicus, but I think that one went kind of the way we would expect. But this one might be a little bit more unexpected because we have some pretty interesting lists on the field today. Starting with, over here in the blue, CoGo playing Emissaries Imperatus Adeptus Custodes. Not something that we see on the table super often, and certainly a little bit of a non-Emperor's Chosen build, which is kind of nice. Versus over here on the red side of the table, the one and only Doots returning to the finals table, playing Chaos Demons. And similarly, a relatively spicy Chaos Demon build. Not sort of the, Be'lakor and Greater Demon Slam, or the Mono Demon, the Mono Allegiance lists that we've seen coming out of Chaos Demons at the tail end of the edition here, where we typically see, Slaanesh or Pure Tzeentch, stuff like that, to just fill the table with a particular defensive profile. Instead, these guys are just going to be rocking an Undivided. Some good Undivided with the big bird himself, Kairos Fateweaver. I'm super excited for this game, actually, chat. Demons obviously are a powerhouse right now in 9th edition. We'll see how they fare in 10th. They definitely are looking strong, but they lose their biggest tool, which is going to be Reality Rebels, which gives them a hugely powerful secondary objective. And that's what we see getting locked in here. Both players taking Raise the Banners high. CoGo in with behind enemy lines. That is a classic pick for Adeptus Custodes just because of their individual Alaris Custodian Terminators. We have 3 individual Alaris Custodians. All of those can deep strike. They're difficult to screen. And while they are expensive on a per model basis, they are going to be able to score that behind enemy lines. And honestly, I think Doots is going to be loath to be screening himself, given that a lot of his infantry is starting off the table, and demon infantry doesn't tend to be that inexpensive. So he's going to be kind of committing a lot to trying to screen out his backline, to preventing those Alaris Custodians from getting in. And even if he can, he usually means that those units get exposed out of line of sight, or in line of sight, so they can get shot up by this Caladius Grav tank, and potentially some Virtus Praetors as well. Although I don't think we don't have any Hurricane Vultures or Virtus Praetors, which I think I would like to see in this matchup specifically, but you don't know that going in. You can't tech your Virtus Praetor loadout to fight your opponent. CoGo also taking Assassination, so going to be scoring off destroying characters. There are 4 characters in the Demons list, I believe, but one of them is Kairos Fateweaver, who is not easy to kill. The Torment Bringers may go down, but the Bloodthirster and Kairos usually it probably will stand strong. I have to imagine this is probably like a 9er as a secondary. Raise the Banners high is pretty solid, especially since the Demons have limited objectives secured. They're going to be able to disrupt an objective for 1 turn, potentially, with their Bloodletters teleporting in. But that's about it. So moving over to CoGo's list, he's going to be running an Alaris Shield Captain with Radiant Mantle, so -1 to be hit. Bane of Abominations as his upgrade, so +1 to wound against units with monsters vehicles. Units with higher toughness than his strength, I believe. Praetorian Plate to allow him to heroically intervene anywhere on the table, teleport into melee with you if you engage his units. Dawn Eagle Jetbike Shield Captain with Superior Creation and Castellan's Mark, so a 5+ damage ignore on that guy. Castellan's Mark giving a redeploy before the game, as well as Tip of the Spear, so reroll once to hit and wound on the charge. Trajan Valoris, Trajan himself, the Warlord, with all of his benefits. Deploying all these flying models behind walls for probably the last time, chat. This isn't going to be the last game of 9th edition we stream on the channel, but it's getting very close. A lot of 10th edition stuff got dropped today, which is very exciting. And yeah, in that new edition, these flying models are going to have a lot of tougher time walking over terrain features, and that's a little tough. Moving on deeper into the Custodian list, there are those 3 Alaris Custodians that we discussed earlier. Excuse me. 2 individuals, and then a unit of 4. So a total of 6. Actually, it might be the most Alaris Custodians I've seen on the table in a really long time. Castellan Axes on the big unit. They are all teleporting. So that unit's going to drop in a relatively safe position, rely on its tough Custodian stat line to keep it alive, and hopefully yeet themselves onto an objective marker. on the subsequent turn. We have 2 units of Venatari Custodians, 2 Venatari Lances, and a single Kinetic Destroyer in those units. So the technology there, obviously, is that the Venatari Lances hit a little bit harder. They're additional damage in melee, and +1 strength. The Buckler-equipped Kinetic Destroyer model is a higher toughness value, or a higher save characteristic. So you can put that guy in cover. He could go to a 1+ armor save when touching cover. The rest of the unit can go fight 2 inches away from him, and he's going to be able to take hits on his tougher defensive profile to keep the Venatari Lances alive a little bit longer. The downside of those Venatari Lances is that they do kind of eat damage pretty quickly. 2 units of Virtus Praetors with salvo launchers, so the big anti-tank missile shot. Downside against these demon profiles is that those big single high impact shots tend to get absorbed by demonic invulnerability pretty often. So I would have liked to have seen Hurricane Bolters, like I said, but again, the salvo launchers are better in a wider variety of matchups. And being able to just dumpster pile damage into the Bloodthirster when it moves forward is still going to be useful, but they are going to certainly get most of their damage done in melee. We have 1 unit of Witch Seekers to do some forward deploy shenanigans, pregame move, screening, as well as a Callidius Grav tank with twin Alias accelerator cannon. So that is going to help a little bit, having that high volume gunshot. A total of 14 shots out of this guy, 2 damage on the accelerator, 1 damage on the little gun, but that does mean that this thing could potentially knock out a unit of 10 demon infantry in one go if they expose themselves too much. And then just discussing Doots' list in its entirety. He is running the Bloodthirster as his Warlord, as we typically see. Indomitable Onslaught on that guy, so 8 wound phase cap. Has to take 3 full phases to kill him. Brazen Hide to ignore damage on a 5+, so that could make it take longer to kill the Bloodthirster. You're kind of just riverboat gambling with that upgrade. You're just hoping that you roll out enough so that your opponent does 7 damage in a phase rather than 8, basically. But then we are also taking the Argath King of Blades. So this is going to allow him, it gives him a big bump on his damage output. Kairos Fate Weaver, the big bird himself, not even a regular Lord of Change today, playing the character guy. So he's going to get +1 to cast for each battle round, equal to the current battle round number. So starting at +1 and amping up to +5 towards the end of the game. You can also vect an opponent's stratagem to make them cost more, cost more points, cost more command points to use. Although with Trajan Valoris giving a bunch of command points back to the Custodes, I don't know if that's going to be super relevant. Going to be useful to use that on, like a Emperor's Auspice, maybe a Arcane Genetic Alchemy to stop the defensive technology that Custodes have. Then we have 2 Torment Bringers on Seeker Chariots, one of them with the upgraded Slothful Claws. 3 units of Demonettes, as well as 1 unit of Bloodletters. 2 units of Fiends, a little unit of 3 Flamers. Looks like the Fiends and 1 of each of the infantry squads is going to be teleporting, as well as the Skull Cannon. We do have 2 Skull Cannons on the table. I do appreciate the Skull Cannons in Chaos Demons. One thing that Chaos Demon armies can oftentimes have is very little in the way of actual ranged attacks. They're just relying on their psychic powers to do damage, and that means that if you're not threatening super far, your opponent can kind of just do whatever in the shooting phase, and you don't have any way to interact with them besides like some random flamethrowers and stuff. But the Skull Cannons do actually keep your opponent's head down, and they are extremely efficient for that. Their battle cannon profile for 90 points, which is not too bad, and a demonic invulnerability on the swing back, so they may not even die if you shoot them. Unit of Fleshhounds, just for some efficient, fast units. And 2 units of Fiends, which I think I already said. One of them is in reserve. No Warp Loci in this list, so we're just going to be using normal demonic manifestation rolls. And because the Custodes are high leadership characteristic, it actually means that these models probably aren't going to get good close-in deep strikes. Bit of an interesting selection to Interesting choice to deep strike them, especially the Slaanesh Demons. The Bloodletters can banner a blood themselves to get a pretty reasonable charge out of melee or out of deep strike. So you're gonna, regardless of the leadership characteristic of the opponent, beside the fact that Custodes are leadership 11 and can be reduced to leadership 10 with Demonic Terror, you still only get screened out to 9 inches with Demonic Manifestation.
Yeah, they are beasts.
Oh, chat! I haven't done a prediction. We're talking about the prediction from last game. Let's get me going on that. Let's go. Prediction. Yeah, everybody's got to get their fix.
That there.
All right, chat. Everybody get those channel points in. By the way, it is late, and I'm tired. So I've got some food and bevs. I might mute myself occasionally in order to eat those. So if I do go silent, please don't hold it against me. How's everybody doing, by the way? Happy Friday, chat. Does anybody have any games scheduled this weekend? I'm going to rock so many frickin' 9th edition games this weekend. I'm psyched. I'm so psyched. I've got videos ready to go. I've got games to play. Oh my god, it's going to be awesome. I'm hoping we can make something work with Tyranids. 18 Zoanthropes and 3 Harvespexes for like less than 1,000 points. Here I come. That's so much. And you automatically max all your secondaries because you buy wars. Oh, it's going to be okay.
For range attacks, yeah.
Happy Friday, chat. Miracle Matt, I hope you're having a wonderful Friday. I hope you're infecting all of the world's denizens with with horrible diseases. With the disease of laughter.
12 on the flush outs.
Alright. Oh yeah, they're gonna go down there.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah, we do have these 2 acolytes in the corner here. I didn't mention those guys, but they are super cheap individual models. We call that the Cyberwolf syndrome. Cyberwolves are a character now. We might have to we need a new name for that in 9th edition because Cyberwolves don't get the same treatment. But Cyberwolves in Space Wolves were a single model 15-point unit, which, especially given that Space Wolves back in the day and throughout most of 9th edition, scored points based on individual units doing things like standing in the middle of the table for rites of battle, or charging enemy units for warrior pride. Having 3 units for 45 points, adding 3 units to your army for screening, for objective holding, for scoring those secondaries, was one of the strongest units in the game. Space Wolves themselves are a little bit mediocre, but Cyberwolves were almost assuredly the best model in that codex. And Acolytes are basically doing the same thing for Imperium lists. And it'll be interesting to see if we see something similar coming in out of the new Imperium. Age of the Imperium Codex. That Vindicare Assassin for 80 points. It's a lot more, and he shoots a big gun. But he does seem pretty solid. You can't really... Your characters are never safe, basically. Gonna go to the FLG and see if anybody wants to beat up on your poor death card. Fubar Jackson might get a 10th edition game tomorrow? Hell yeah, dude. What faction are you playing? Themis, by the way, thanks for the follow. I appreciate you. Yeah, I think most of my local community, I believe, is like playing. When is Atlantic City open? I literally didn't even pay attention, but a lot of them were preparing for that. Apparently, it was kind of not very well attended. Atlantic City Open is this weekend, yeah. So most of my local community is over in New Jersey this weekend playing ACO. So I don't have a LGS team I can go hang out with. That is I guess that's like, it's kind of a nice weekend, right? You're like, oh, the points dropped. You know what's going on in 9th edition, in 10th edition a little bit, but you get one big send-off for 9th. You have like a raucous 9th edition going away party. And then next week is all 10th edition all the time. That should be fun. Oh, Joe is streaming it? Hell yeah. I've been so busy with this 10th edition stuff, chat. I have not had a chance to hang out in Joe's streams recently. But we need to get back up in there. Playing Necrons, so you're spoiled for choice? Oh, yeah, dude. Necrons look nutso. Absolutely insane. The Silent King looks phenomenal. Their big warrior units look pretty good. All their characters are great. I love that, like... I made like a whole video about how bad the Necron release article was. Because it just showed Necron warriors and it didn't show any internal synergy. And a lot of people were like, you know, oh, this faction sucks. But it didn't suck. It was just the release article that sucks because it didn't showcase any of this faction's strengths. The faction was nuts, but they showed like the lamest units. Am I streaming Nids matches this weekend? 100% chat. As soon as I can get one, I'm going to start streaming them tomorrow, probably all the way through Sunday. We're going to stream a fuck ton. It's going to be awesome. The 10th data dump has been overwhelming. I can understand that, 100%. I get that. It's a lot. I think I definitely occasionally have to like take a step back and remember that like I'm at the time being I'm doing this full time, so I have like a lot, like infinitely more opportunity to analyze every single rule that comes out. So it's like it feels less daunting, I think, that it did. Just because like the core rules aren't particularly new at this point. They're like 2 weeks old and we know mostly what's going on. R2 Gaming Gruffy, thanks for the follow. Yeah, I think the points did give me a little bit of hope. There's some, like, the points for every faction are wild, because there's some stuff that looks sort of ludicrously undercosted, and some stuff that's just wrong. They just didn't cost things appropriately. And I do think Tyranids are, like, in that boat. There's a bunch of stuff that's way too expensive. All their support characters and stuff are, like, ludicrously expensive. But they're, you know, Haruspexes, Zoanthropes, Venomthropes, like, a lot of the core units that you can just jump into a list are very, very well priced. So I'm excited. I think it's going to be interesting. I don't think they're the best faction in the game by any stretch of the imagination. I think that they're certainly the bottom half, but the points values did give me some hope. Like Death Guard leagues of Votan, Adeptus Sororitas, I was expecting huge points breaks, and they did not get them, and I'm a little bit miffed about that. 9th Ed Death Guard list costs 2,200 points, and 10th it went up in points? Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, right? Like, that's so stupid. The best unit in Death Guard is probably their Predator, which is just a Space Marine Predator, but it has Contagions of Nurgle. Like, what? It's not even a Death Guard unit, really. It's so stupid. I'm hoping that we get like a bug fixing change in the not too distant future. Like, I would love to see the design team just like come out and say like, hey guys, we're taking feedback over the next like 2 months or something, and we're gonna make a change in 6 weeks, so that the people who do play Death Guard or whatever are not just like checked out. All right, here's the roll to go first. Looks like we have a 3 for CoGo, 5 for Doots. Doots taking the first turn, and that is a big deal because both these players have reserves. We're gonna trigger Castellan's Mark now. Do some redeploys. Not, like I said though, not too many ranged attacks. Besides this one Skull Cannon for the Chaos Demons, so you can kind of deploy out in the open. And that's why you take the Skull Cannon, so you can at least punish that, but it's not a great profile shooting at Custodes. It'll kill maybe a model. The Tiny Predator from 1998? Oh my god. That's amazing. If you're dog chewed on it, that makes it like more authentically chaos looking. It's like corrupted by the warp. That sounds good. Yeah, Predators look great, honestly. It does feel like they gave a real glow up to the like OG, you know, the original Space Marine tanks. Like Vindicators are like the most busted tank in the game. At least they're appropriately costed. Over 200 points for a Vindicator is a lot, which I appreciate. Nurgle Matt almost ready to get salty. I'm sorry. Is there like a mixed Nurgle Demons list you could play? I guess the problem is you can't, like, Nurgle Demons want to be by themselves, and you can't bring Death Guard with them. You have to bring them with Death Guard. I have that right? And it feels like if you could bring Hell Brutes or something, well, I guess they don't get their army ability if they're in a Demon's army, so it wouldn't even matter. Like, if you could stack Contagions of Nurgle with the Nurgle Demons abilities, like, maybe that's good. Just, like, start dropping big toughness debuffs on people. That would be something.
Yeah, AP2 no cover.
But Undivided Demons look great, but Nurgle Demons less so. I think Pox or Plague Bearers specifically look amazing. I don't remember if there is objective secured elsewhere in Death Guard, but it might just be worth bringing Nurgle Demons just for that, because objective secured is such a powerful ability in this edition.
That bird's got a 3-up and then what, a 5-up in melee?
The bird, yeah.
What are my thoughts on Votann? I'm gonna be honest. Votann don't look that good to me. In fact, they look very bad. I think they needed, with their new mechanics, like all their base stats getting wildly reduced, and then like sort of incentivizing you to play this aggressive playstyle. They needed to get huge points cuts, and then all of their stuff basically stayed the same. Like, land fortresses went down a little bit, I think, but most of their points are the same. But they're incentivized to like, die. So you have these, like, super expensive, like, semi-elite infantry units that you have to go, like, throw away and get them killed. And I'm not super into that. I'm not super psyched about Votann. The Judgment Token mechanic might be better than I give it credit for sure. Like, +1 to hit and wound army-wide is pretty solid, but it seems so difficult to trigger that...
15?
I don't know.
Kairos?
Yeah.
It's not that bad. It would be...
Yeah, it's because the Hearthkin Warriors got their weapon upgrades for free, and they baked in, like, Magna Rail rifles into their cost value. But they didn't... They did the same thing with Tau, where they didn't consider how the defensive profiles of other factions impact their own offensive profiles. So they didn't change any of their offensive profiles while making everything in the game like 30% harder to kill. And then also hiked their points on these new weapons, like based on equipping these weapons that are now less effective than they were. It's like the 1-2 punch, and Tau's very similar. At least the difference is that Tau has a wider roster of units, though. The two factions feel almost identical in terms of like the way they've been balanced. The difference is that Tau has like big super heavies. Tau has like a larger staple of vehicles, and it feels like they have more playable profiles just based on volume. You know, I don't think the battle suits don't look particularly great, but on the flip side, they have random tanks and stuff that are going to be strong.
Yeah, that's probably going down right there. Leave that up like that. Okay, over to you.
All right, dude.
Yeah, I agree with you too, Babaika. The problem is that Judgment Tokens give you +1 to hit, not +1 ballistic skill, whereas like Astra Militarum Orders give you +1 ballistic skill, so you can stack them with +1 to hit effects. And Judgment Tokens don't stack with like Heavy keyword, with the Iron Masters buff. There's so many +1 to hit buffs in the faction that just do nothing if you're benefiting from Judgment Tokens, and it's like, it's very poorly thought out. I would love to see that be like a day one FAQ, honestly. We'll give the design team a weekend, and then maybe we'll cite a list of grievances. Guys, you gotta give Death Guard their -1 damage back. Please God. You gotta make Votann's Judgment Tokens stack with their other +1 to hit stuff. Sisters, you should probably also get their -1 damage back. Sisters should be able to take 3 Penitent Engines in a unit. What the fuck is this 2-model unit thing? Or 4, right? Staple 2 units together. Not a fan of the fixed unit sizes. You can't put 6 Death Round in a character in a Land Raider. Yeah, right? Yeah, that is also a problem. I think list construction is going to be arbitrarily kind of weird. I really don't like the fixed unit sizes also. If you're like, I need to cut a couple models to fit this enhancement, I'll do that. You can't do that anymore. Now you have to cut the whole fucking unit and replace it with a cheaper unit, which is frustrating. It's a little cleaner than it was, and it's certainly harder to cheese. We've had situations, even in T5S2 in the past, where people have like snuck additional models onto the board. And you can't really do that because everyone knows what your unit sizes are.
Shield captain on bike. What's his fuel looking like? Just a 5-up.
Yeah, we could see a teleport snipe here. I think that, well, so we have to keep in mind, right? There's Witch Seekers right in front. So if Kairos jumps in to 18 inches of Trajan to try to blow him up, I guess he could come on this side. He might hit the shield captain, though, who's tougher. And Trajan, to be fair, is effectively 12 wounds because he has a 5-up damage ignore. So getting out of 18 inches of the Witch Seekers in a position where you can hit Trajan and then drilling through his mortal wound, all of his wounds and his damage ignore actually feels a little bit difficult. Not to mention the fact that you just trade Kairos for it, and I think Kairos is more powerful than that. You don't just want to give Kairos up. If Kairos runs into the center there, he just gets killed by Virtus Praetors. He's not survivable in melee whatsoever. They do have a 3+ demonic invulnerability against ranged attacks, but melee attacks it drops to a 5. So between a shield captain and a bunch of Virtus Praetors, and potentially even some Manatari, he just gets murdered. Oh, I mean, the Lord of Change is sweet. Good. He's a good old sniper. Yeah, the clause where you can pay extra to take less models is just silly. I guess it does mean you can, if you have like a 10 model transport, you can take 9 and still put a character in the unit, but like, meh. It's a little bit whatever. I'm not psyched about that. So Fiend's going to the middle of the table to score Reality Rebels. He's going to get a casual 3 on that for just chilling. And we do have
4. Is that what I need?
5 Warp Storm points, it looks like, to spend. This is Emissaries Imperatus, though, so interestingly, the Demons -1 to hit from ranged attacks, their Warp Storm effect is not going to come into play this game. It will impact the Acolytes, I guess, but the rest of the army is going to ignore hit modifiers, so it's not going to do anything. We were joking before the game that Doots knew this was happening, so he ended up leaving Bellicor at home. He foresaw the random Emissaries Imperatus matchup. Prime Aesthetic, thank you for the follow. Hope you're having a good evening.
God, I'm so tempted to get that up there. Let's see, what is this guy seeing?
Dude's looking for a peace trade maybe between the Skull Cannon and I mean, he could just pick out the Acolytes and keep himself relatively safe. He gets shot by the Gladius Grav Tank, but I'm not even... Does the Gladius Grav Tank even kill that guy? It's winning on 4s. It's saving on 4s. Even if it hits 100%, it only gets 4 damage through. So it might be fine. And then it's not shooting at the Fiends in the center, which are the actual target it probably wants to shoot at. I think you just take the shot. So we are playing the Scouring today, chat. So one thing to keep in mind, and one of the reasons that it's super important that Doots is on the center objective with these Blissbringers, or these Fiends, excuse me, right now, is that the tertiary objective for this mission is to scan each objective. So you can perform an action on it that completes at the end of your turn, and it gets you 3 points for each objective that you successfully complete the action on over the course of the game. So one of the benefits of having fast units that going first is that you get to, while you probably trade them, you get to scan the middle objective, and you can make that very difficult for your opponent to do. But also, killing your opponent's action monkeys like these Acolytes is actually super obnoxious. Although, to be fair, there are Venatari back here who I think are in range. We did see CoGo was measuring. Trajan Valoris is 6 inches away from this objective, so he's going to be able to move 6 and then do an action on it. Even if the Acolytes go down, the Venatari should be able to move up behind him and do the Banners action. We need 2 action monkeys on each objective, effectively. Praying Votan are the next announced to get their codex. Yeah, I mean, we already have a pretty good indicator that they have more units coming out, right? And they have like a whole kill team, right? That just isn't represented in their index. So I would hope that Votan are not too far down the road. They're definitely missing a ton of releases for sure. Orone, first game of 10th is tomorrow. Someone in the Discord shared the Leviathan missions in a Google Doc. Yeah, there's a Reddit thread going around that has the entire mission pack in it as well. It just describes how you score. It doesn't like have the actual verbiage of the cards, but it's good enough. You can definitely play fixed objectives. And playing Tyranids, let me tell you, I'm playing fixed objectives all day, every day. You just windmill slam behind enemy lines, engage in all fronts, and score yourself 40 points on secondaries without trying. Pretty good. Oh yeah, they got the minigun from the kill team pack. But they didn't get the cool jump pack lady, right? There's like a sweet jump pack lady. Where's that lady at? Peeking out the Demonettes in order to get the action down on Objective 2 here. Could eat the shot from the Caladius, but the line of sight is a little bit tricky. You might have to move into the middle where it's in danger from this Bloodthirster. Wasn't a GT pack meant to come out? That was the rumor, but I think people might have like gotten it mixed up with the rules designer commentary. I'd rather have the designer commentary anyway. The GT pack is just going to be additional rules, and the designer commentary is sort of necessary to play the game.
I'll screen out a Terminator in the coming turns. I guess I don't need to do that quite yet. Goes there. Should be okay. Where are you going? I think we'll just get up here. Demonettes, we're gonna move 10.
Votan tokens, add one to your hit rolls, chat. Yeah, we looked it up on stream yesterday. Unlike most of the other faction abilities that improve your hit chances, which largely increase your ballistic skill, so they stack with like heavy and stuff, the Votan one does not.
City got moved. There we go. Okay. Kairos. Not a lot happening. So I think we're just gonna go. Okay.
The mission where you can randomly suffer mortals, yeah, the
minefields.
minefields.
Banner here with Demonettes.
It's kind of a
here with Demonettes.
It's a cool like mechanic too, because it's not like when you roll a 1 to advance, you take a mortal wound. So it's like a double whammy. It's when you roll a 6 to advance. So you're like, well, at least I got a 6. You're like, all right, that's okay, I guess.
That correctly. Okay. So we'll go Psychic Phase. This Torment Bringer here. We're gonna do Delightful Agonies. That's a fail. I'm fairly certain I need a 6. Yep. Is that worth the CP? I'm gonna be real sad if I fail my Warp Ritual. I think these are just relegated to death, so I'm not gonna CP that. I'm gonna do my Warp Ritual. That goes off. Go up to 3. Kairos will do a Boon of Zinch. On A7, which I believe is successful, and I have to check all these, so I don't have them memorized. Goes off on a 6, yep, and then I roll D3. Got a 1, which is extra movement, and I'll just put that on himself, so he has extra movement.
Very nice. That lasts until his next movement phase, so he's going to be able to benefit from that before his
See, nothing
next psychic
really
phase.
matters. I'll do a Gaze of Fate, I guess. That's going to go off, so I can retain 2 Warp Storm points. And I'll do an Infernal Flames, I guess. On a 6, which is a fail. Okay. That is all of the psychic. As far as shooting goes, I believe it is just my Skull Cannon shooting these Acolytes.
Oh, we are going for the Acolytes.
Get me there.
These poor little House Cawdor Acolytes over here. Scrambled eggs, thanks for
the
the follow.
3s and 2s, I imagine.
Mm-hmm.
Give me a 3, AP2, no cover.
They're gone.
All right.
That's fun.
Yeah, cool. Good
Great little
talk.
placement on my part.
And I think that is my turn, man. So I'm gonna get 3 for Scouring. It's gonna be a 3 for Reality Rebels. So I have my back 2 corners in the center, and I will pass it to you.
All right, so and we'll go with.
Yeah, one thing to note too is that CoGo did mention before the game that he actually has I think he's a family member in the room watching him right now who's getting into 40k, which is very adorable. So we're joined by an additional audience member.
Okay.
Hello, CoGo's friend.
Sounds good.
Hope you're having a good day.
Trajan's just out of range. I can get. All right. So that means I need to. So 24. Yeah, that guy can't hide behind stuff, right?
Mm-mm.
Negative. So.
All praise.
Envoys right here.
Big welcomes.
Jump up and throw up that banner. And I gotta shoot anything. So that's pretty good. That's fine. Got that there. Like that. Throw up a banner there. Force like that line right there. And 24 is there. Ish.
Yeah, you just you have to convince people to get into 3D printing as a hobby. Especially with the new edition and stuff, like all of these units are changing.
Up there.
I'm definitely looking at some STLs in order to tide me over until we get new releases. I did print another Carnifex to make up into a sweet old one-eye in case I want to play the Carnifex. The Carnifex Dream Team.
There. bikes are going to jump here. Mhm. You got a teleporting bird I can come on, I'm not worried about. That gets everything. That means
Boombar Jackson, that's awesome. Yeah, I have to say too, 3D printed knight armies tend to look awesome too. Knights just like lend themselves to big, cool STLs. I don't know what I'm gonna do for a horror specs if I push for triple horror specs. There's some cool like might do like there's a bunch of like Zerg Ultralisk STLs out there. I might try to do one of those guys. So looks like we're peeking around the corner here just to get the Virtus Raiders to shoot the fiends. If we can clip that fiend unit out without giving up too much, that's a good start. But it does give Doots the
like there.
advantage because he has that extra scan on the board.
Look at it. Trade. Got movement. Stay. Stay. There we go. Both of them very closer, so 24 11-inch charge. Actually, let's look at this guy. Just gotta move a Trajan. Just move Trajan up a wee bit first. Technically.
Yeah, you're good.
Nice. I'm on the range of that green, the red bikes. Put them up. Up. You try to stay on 2 inches. What did I
Oh yeah, Beasts of Nurgle were one of the unfortunate recipients of the extra model, the maximum unit size reduction.
Okay.
Kind of hate that, especially for like the
We get them all in 24.
the mid-tier vehicles. I imagine, I understand like wanting to reduce infantry units down to
This guy.
20s and some big units down to 6s, but the reduction of like 3 or 4 model units down to 2 model units felt a little bit weird, especially because beasts were a 1 model kit, right? So you have to buy 3 kits anyway.
Model spaces. Is that a thing?
With fly, I feel like the answer is no, but Trevi, correct me if I'm wrong.
The answer is probably no.
What's the question?
Can you
When I heroically intervene with a flying hull, can I go over my friendly unit spaces?
No, only normal moves and charges.
No more moves and charges, thank you.
Yeah,
I'll
so
get
for
it right before the end of the
any
night.
combat moves, you can't go over.
Gotcha. Any change on that in 10th, or is that the same?
Yeah, I believe 10th, you move over intervening models with every move with the fly. Don't quote me on that, but I believe that it has been like cleaned up. Moves aren't like totally different anymore in 10th like they are in 9th.
Got it.
Well, and you can just like move through your own stuff anyways, right?
Oh yeah, also that, true.
Yeah.
But you can charge it like over enemies still with a fly unit. And I believe that you can intervene. Well, intervention is just a charge, so it's the same. And I believe you can pile and consolidate over enemies as well. But
Yeah, I feel like
I'd have to double check. 10th edition army building, all or nothing.
Bit. Guys. minor. So outside of 9's charge there.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I think something like that will do. I got 2 banners up. The lady's doing it.
Yep.
The birds are doing it. And yeah, all right, let's skip psychic, shall we? And let's just keep going. So let's do these red likes into the Bloodthirster.
Alrighty.
Fixed price. They're in Trajan's reroll range.
Yep.
They are emissaries, so they always hit on 2s.
Okay. 7-8.
Strength 8. All right, there's 3. It's your invul.
Alright, yield, slow roll. Good. Good. Good.
All right.
Easy money.
That was fun. That was fun. Let's do the blue ones into him.
Alright.
Same thing. 2s rerolling the 1s. And then 4s rerolling the 1s. Okay, look, there's another 3 for you.
Let's
This
do it
would be
again.
a glimpse into the psychology of the opponent.
I'll go ahead and CP that one.
I do think it's going to be...
4.
There are going to be a lot of those armies where you look at the army and you're like, this looks like garbage. What are these units? And then you play it and it's like a well-oiled machine. I think that'll happen a lot.
Ew.
Like, why is there one land
Daemons.
speeder and one random tank and this one other thing and this one weird character who doesn't have a unit to attach to, and then actually it like functions together very well?
Ouch.
I do think that for some factions, not all of them, for some factions, I think there's like a lot of intricacies in this building.
The bike captain will do the same thing with his 1 melt a shot into the Bloodthirster. And that's a miss that I cannot re-roll unless I spend a command point, which I will do.
You know, really trying to get this Bloodthirster
On
down
that
one
one.
more wound.
And I hit you
It's
on a
taken
2.
5 right
wound you
now.
on a 4. That's a wound.
If we get one more
damage.
conversion, it could take
That's
its
a
8
fail.
for the face
That's
cap.
another 6.
Ah!
Yeah, 6 because it's
think we might
D3
face
plus
cap it.
3.
And I get my 8.
And we do.
That's the 8er.
Oof.
Get my 8. Do I get my CP back for Trajan? All right. Well, mission accomplished there.
Yeah.
And now, so they're doing the action, so I can't shoot that pistol.
That was
I
huge,
got range.
actually.
So
I
let's
definitely don't
shoot,
think Dude's expected
the,
to lose a phase cap
Trajan's
worth of
one
shots
axe shot
on
to
the way
things,
in
which will,
to the fight. I think he expected to get 2 to 3 turns of combat out of it, but there is a non-zero chance that once the Bloodthirster commits, it's just going to get killed.
hit, strength
Uh,
5, that's a wound, AP 1, 2 damage.
to this army in Rendax.
Goes through. Does 2 damage.
Take that 2, baby. Take that 2 on them fiends, which will basically leave the Caladius to shoot the rest of the fiends, I think.
Okay.
Yeah. So I try to take the skull cannon out. A 4+ save versus fiends also on a save.
So is it
take the
8?
skull cannon.
Is it
8 and
8
6,
autocannon and then 12 bolt cannon?
No, just 8 and 6.
8 and 6.
I got 1 gun of each. Yeah.
Okay.
1 gun of each. I'm almost at that. I think the fiends are gonna mess things up. So yeah, I'm gonna shoot the fiend.
Okay.
Alright, this is the big, you got 1-2 damage on it. I'm gonna shoot the big guns. That is all hits on 2, strength 7. There's wounds on 3s. That's not so bueno, that's just 4. At 2 damage each.
So you kill 1, do another 2.
And then I got the 6 shots that hit on 2s. And strength 6. There's wound on 3s. Dang. Another 3, AP 2. Oh.
Look at that
AP 2, 1 damage.
there. Take 1 more.
Take uno más. And unfortunately, I think that might be all that I can do this turn. I should have put this guy in there too. strategic scan. That would be smart. Yeah. Well, I'm not going to charge you, and no morale. So I think that'll do it for me.
So in your morale, I'll go ahead and pop my 5 warp storms and heal my stuff. So the bloodthirster.
Oh, ho, ho.
Just one.
Sneaky beaky.
The fiends. Also just one. Oops.
All right.
All right.
Turn it over to you.
All right, dude.
So no strategic scan this turn
Good
is unfortunate for
job.
CoGo.
Yeah, I guess so. Get a 12. I'll get 2 banners.
I think CoGo had to decide between shooting at the
I'll
fiends
do
and
my
trying to
warp
shoot the fiends off the table
storms.
versus shooting the bloodthirster. Now bloodthirster is
Ooh,
going to be a problem.
Just
late game.
2 this turn. So, can I do anything with that? I think I can do one thing. Actually, I think it's 2 things. It's 3 things. Oh my goodness.
Whoa.
That one doesn't matter.
Essentially infinite.
That one
things.
might matter. That one does not matter. Okay. So it's basically... don't care about that. I don't care about that. So yeah, it's definitely going to be that. Okay, cool. Okay, so question time. The Witch Seekers are not emissaries, right? So they can't fight first? Call.
Sorry, say again.
The Witch Seekers, they're not emissaries, right? So they don't fight first?
Correct.
Okay.
Correct.
And they have flamers, right?
Correct.
Yeah, okay. Cool. Okie dokie.
They're coming. Yo City.
This is how we do it. Oh, they're getting the buff again. I should do that real quick. They're getting Torment Bringer, and then over here...
Wait, what does that do?
It's just +1 to hit.
+1 to hit melee?
Yeah. You gotta run,
Got it.
just do same targets, yep. Okay, and then over here... The Hounds...
I think I would have. You have to worry about the whips on the Torment Bringers because they do have a 6-inch range whip, but they're fast enough to kind of get line of sight to what they need to.
If I get hit by
downside
one,
right here
I guess
is that
that's fine.
the Witch Seekers don't have aren't representing a Flamer Overwatch on the
Just
Witch
the
Hounds,
superior
on the
hound,
Flesh Hounds.
Yep.
So I think I need to actually just come back. You could probably get maybe one on me there. No, I think I'm good there. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know why I'm hiding a line of sight from guns aren't there.
No.
It's a habit.
Sounds like we're coming to the same conclusion.
I guess you got a flamer on your stuff, but
how nutty do I want to get with
I
this?
should have just stood right out in the open.
3. I feel like that doesn't matter. Going there. We do the thing again. I need help doing that. I can bring in reinforcements though. Maybe get some shots on stuff. Who is going to the center? It's the Terminators who are OBSEC, right? So,
And the Flyboys.
and the Flyboys, that's right. Okay. Well, multi-charging kind of sucks, so I think I hold off.
What happened during Custodes turn 1? They called Dakatari stance and they ripped 8 wounds off the Bloodthirster with salvo launchers. Not too much damage to the Fiends, though, and Doots did heal back a little bit of damage because he had 5 Warp Storm points represented.
9-inch charge to Trajan. Maybe we just try to pick him up. It does seem very...
Oh, this is you have the Great Axe, right? It's 4 plus D3.
We did Dakatari, chat.
Yeah, D3 plus 4. I think this guy's just gonna die. An unsuspecting death here. Can I use him usefully? I don't care about that this turn. I guess I just flood the middle. You don't have an Auspex, do you?
Nope. If you fall back from infantry, I can shoot you.
Okay.
But yeah, nothing when you come in on 2 strike.
Okay, let's get all this stuff blocked off. The Lord intended. I think I have to back up over here. There we go. Okay. Who is going back here? That goes there, that goes there. I guess we could do another double cannon. Do you have to block this off now? Just kind of off the box. Let's see. Did I do all this? No, I can do more. Let me just borrow one of these duders. Oh, I think that's the closest.
Yeah, I think you got me back there.
Yeah, I just want to.
Oh, you're trying to. I see what you're trying to do.
Just trying to min-max it here.
Because
Because this guy. So I wouldn't be able to block off this. I think I need to just put something else back there. This guy can go over here. And the answer is probably just Demons. I think if I do it like that, you should be blocked there.
Yep.
And that one should get you there. Now we just fill in the
It's got the
gaps.
whole back blocked.
These demonettes. Get up here. Okay. Can you do anything defensively on the Witch Seekers in melee?
No. No.
Okay.
That.
Let's see. Draw line. That is a little iffy there. Might just be better to shoot tanks. Not tanks. Well, no, might as well be tanks. The Raiders. Because then I get charged by the world and cry.
I guess I can make you minus. I can make those ladies minus one to hit.
The Witch Seekers.
Yeah.
2, 3. Then you're going to be 1, 2, 3. So knowing that, I think I'm going to move this up before the other stuff goes up.
Aggressive move from the Tormentbringer. Hot damn. Dude, has to be a little bit careful about those models because they do give up assassination.
Here. And I can see you with a sword because the way this fucking dumb line of sight works. That's how cannons work. Then I'm tempted to just not move these.
Now imagine if Kairos had a 24-inch range
good
indirect fire gun right now.
That'd be
pretty rad, right? I think we can all agree. That would be rad.
a tad closer. Old Trajan. Before I go any further, we had to put those back there. That's going there, so we want more feet in the middle, I think. 9 from here. Oh, no, I don't. I guess 8, because your leadership 9. And you're -1 because of my dudes.
Oh, yes, those leadership 9 on the sisters.
It came into play. Kind of.
So you can come within 6, is that right?
I can come within 8 because I'm making you leadership 8, basically.
Oh, got it. Okay.
And then, yeah. Guess this works. Kind of makes you blocks that. Outside of 8 here.
Yeah, that Skull Cannon's actually
leave the
piloted by
letters out for
James
now.
McAvoy. Little known.
Everybody else.
Fact chat. The co-pilot on the Skull Cannon is Angelina Jolie. All the demons full sending. Let's go. Screened out the deployment zone pretty well, though. Behind enemy lines is going to be tough now. But again, did require basically 2 Demon Knight units to do, so that's a little bit awkward.
And I guess I will go ahead and scan. I think I'll scan here. Just go ahead and mark that one. And yeah, let's do a psychic phase. Let's just get the warp ritual out of the way, I guess, with the Tormentbringer. Oh wait, what am I doing? I still have to move this guy. Getting ahead of myself here.
Iron Core, thanks for the follow. I don't know if I'm my alert box is working right now. I'm not getting little notifications in my headset, so I apologize if I missed anybody. Let me get a bit of test.
And that's probably fine. Got a banner there. Let's go like that. You know what? In that case, I think I actually do want this feed over corner here.
It doesn't.
Okay.
Lame.
I think that's my final answer. All right, let's do this work ritual. It is successful. Do you respond to me?
This is a 4+ deny strat zone.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you're gonna have stuff to be able to do it. You need 3 times to do it. That's right. That's it.
Yeah. Yeah.
12?
Just 3. 3 is 12. Yeah.
You've already got 1. You have 3 more chances to do 2 more.
Yep.
Versus some other things. Yeah, you know what? You might be able to fill it. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and try to deny that.
Chaos Knights do look unironically
Plus.
incredibly strong, chat.
Mm-hmm.
The Cursed Knight,
There it is.
Panoply, Knight
Okay,
Tyrant
back
is
up
like
5.
sort of insane.
All right. So no work ritual this turn. Torment Bringer. We'll go ahead and do Delightful Agonies.
Ooh,
Those
Thousand
fiends in the middle, I
Suns.
think.
Thousand Suns do look fun. I don't know how strong they look because they do look kind of pricey, but they look fun as hell.
It's
a lot of
5
wombo
Fun
combos.
Pain for those fiends.
That's right.
And then Kairos.
Yeah, I don't know about the
Closest
Battleshock thing so much,
enemy is
honestly.
Trajan, so we're
Battleshock has not been relevant in
We're
any
gonna,
of the games that I played in
start
10th edition so
the
far, but
Infernal Gateway.
maybe we're just too new. It
Sure,
kind of feels
minus
like a miss of a
cast,
mechanic, like most morale
Okay,
mechanics.
-1 +2, so basically +1, so that goes off on a 10. So what do we have within 3 here? It's just him and the bikes, I think. So Trajan takes 2, bikes take 3.
Feel no pain takes 2. Bike 6 up. Feel no pain takes 3.
All right.
Blue bikes ready.
Next, we'll go for a smite, which is a 8, so it goes off. Trajan takes another 1.
Stops that one.
Good to go. And then we'll do a bolt of change. Goes off on an 8. This is 9 dice, 5 ups to mortals. Just 1.
Not
Just the
amazing
1,
psychic phase
5
out of
up.
Kairos here.
Take that one.
3 damage under Trajan.
Yep, that was 1, 2, 3 from him.
Tickled a Virtus Praetor.
We did that. We did that. Okay, let's do some shooting.
Battleshock
The skull
2.0
cannon's
can't
gonna
shoot or
chip
fire.
away
I don't know.
dudes.
I think maybe you just make Battleshock like much easier to
Threes and
happen.
threes.
I think the problem is that if you make it affect attacks, it's like a huge win more. You're like, I shot half your unit to death, now the rest suck. Honestly, I kind of want them to just remove the mechanic entirely, but I think as it stands, leadership values are too high. You know, most units in the game are like a 70 or 80% chance to pass Battleshock, and that makes it kind of worthless.
Nothing to do there, nothing to do there, and I think I just have the other.
Yeah, it does. It seems like a bother. That's a good way to put it.
shoot.
It's like it's easily forgotten. You have to remember it every turn after you take damage.
What can we see?
You're just like, oh, great.
Radius.
Battleshock step. Ugh.
It is T7. Or I can shoot these bikes who already took some wounds. So yeah, let's shoot the blue bikes there.
They remove Battleshock, you get a new design. Yeah. Well, I think part of it's a. I actually this is might be a hot take,
You ignore the
but I'm actually kind of I'm
So
kind of like
threes and threes.
opposed to morale mechanics in tabletop games
382s
entirely.
on the bikes.
I think they sort of defeat the internal fantasy of like strategy games like this, and it's so difficult to implement them in a way that is isn't like a super win more or just annoying and convoluted. And if you're making like a hardcore historical game, absolutely you have to have that stuff. But if you're making like a power fantasy like 40k, the fact that your Space Marines can get scared and run away is like a little bit funky. You know, very few armies in the game would actually like be afraid.
That is all of the shooting.
That's just sort of not how the
charges.
universe works. I think you represent it. You represent combat effectiveness, but with damage.
These fiends right here.
You have like things that can do additional damage if they're scared or something, but rather than making it an extraneous mechanic.
So I get it back on 5. Do.
Nice. All right. I'm going to start with the Torment Bringer into the Witch Seekers.
Yeah, ranked units is different, I think, because that's part of the simulation of that
You can do that, yeah. Just.
of that type of game. Because you want those
The Hounds will
those routes and flanking and all that stuff, and I think morale mechanics are an important part of that.
Is technically good. Yep.
Ooh, close charge there, dudes.
Let me. Before I do that, I need to do my immortals. Let me just make sure it's in the actual charge phase. Yes, so 46 on every 5 up is immortal into those.
Yeah, you consider
So
Wolfen previously. Yeah, like Wolfen 7 leadership is really bad for sure. But even 7 leadership now is really good. I mean, not really good, but it's better than 7 was in 9th edition.
Matters.
I think I could still get in here.
I think he's it'd be awkward with the terrain. I think this is the way it should go.
Okay, so
You still do it.
yeah.
Oh, that's right. I should have taken that later, but it would have been fine. And you only pile in a consolidate 1 inch on a Custodes unit, so you can go fully on the ladies.
Okay, sounds good.
I believe, yeah, because they don't have martial battalions.
Okay. And then we've got Fiends going over here. The Shield Captain can heroic 6 as well, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So that's circle.
But you can't go over your own guys, right?
Yeah.
So
it's going to be harder.
Yeah. Cause I already because they're OPSEC, so I have to charge them.
Yeah, they're OPSEC, yeah.
Yeah, I'll go and charge them.
Okay.
With the Fiends. Going 6, so going 4.
At 4 inches.
Which is a pass. Do I want to try for more?
That's dangerous. Trying to fish above a 6. Demons do spend CP like water, but I think that gets the whole unit in regardless. Maybe not with the lowered piling consolidation.
I do have 5 CP to burn. You know what? I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna try it.
Do it. Go for it.
4. Big number.
Yeah, well, big number.
Whoa! There you go.
So give me a 1.
Just roll a 10. Easy game.
6 inches, by the way.
Okay. Oh, you know what I should have done if I was smart? I should have just charged both and then blocked. But I am unsmart, so. Okay. I think that is literally the best I can do. So, let me,
1.5. 1.5.
3.
1.5. 1.5. Did I get within an inch?
Just got you out.
And I'm going to assume going the other way is not any better. Yeah, good.
That would get you in.
Did I do that correctly?
Cheeky intervention.
Backwards an inch. There an inch. There That's 3.
3. Yep.
That's 4.
And you got 2 more.
5,
Yeah,
6.
you got it if you
I'll
want
do
it.
it.
So could burn a CP to get
Yeah,
the
I'll
intervention
do
to the
that.
Fiends. Yeah, definitely
Okay.
take that.
Another CP.
That is a fight first unit, but the Fiends are going to get to swing first,
So,
fortunately for them.
Yeah, you should
So they
just
might
put that.
knock out the bad target.
Something like that. Yep.
Fortunately, the shield captain
Okay,
can't body block them.
So where to start?
But
I
at the
guess,
very
is
least, the
next
shield
question.
captain has a pretty good chance of killing enough Fiends
This
that
one would
he
have
can
to
take the
go
objective back.
towards my Tormentbringer. So I think we just start with the Fiends. And we'll just base everything here.
You just go 1 inch here.
What's that?
You go 1 inch on this pylon.
Right, okay. So I'll base you there, and then everything else is an inch.
So you'll get all the options.
Yeah, I think it's better to just dump everything into the Venatari, so that's what I'm going to do.
Give me rerolls
Uh,
on this unit.
I have no rerolls for this.
No rerolls. And you're strength 5, right? So
Strength 5.
it
So
doesn't
would you
matter.
want 4s? Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Go for it.
All right. I will start with their tails. So it looks like 3s and 4s. No, 2s and 4s because I got Hysterical Frenzy.
The +1 to win. Yeah.
So you've got 3 at AP3.
These are the flat 3 damage tails, right?
Yeah, these are 3 damage each.
I got 2. Yeah, okay. All right. Let's do some custodian things, shall we?
Oh,
Yeah, sure.
All
right,
Venatari,
4 up invul, right?
blank all of
on
the
everybody.
incoming 3 damage attacks.
And then we're looking at
Still a ton of 2 damage attacks, though.
4 times 4, 16, 17 regular attacks. So 2s and 4s. Well, can't even kill these. All right. Give me 5 AP2.
Your Fiends are awkwardly a
AP2s.
little pillow-fisted sometimes.
Also
It's that,
4 ups.
like, kind of middling
Shield
strength characteristic.
guy. So
A lot of heavy stuff they tend to bounce off of, I've noticed. Heavy infantry they kind of struggle with. They want to kill intercessors, they don't want to kill custodians.
Back. Save 1. He would die. I have 2 CP. I'm going to try to save him.
Okay.
Roll this one. Yeah.
Oof. All right, go see your fight. I'm not going to bother piling in or anything.
You're touching base to base here already, so.
Yeah.
I don't know, 1.5.
I think there was a potential. It might have made it difficult to swing the entire
might
Fiends
as well
unit, but I wonder if there was the potential that because the shield captain couldn't get to base with the Fiends just pulled out of melee with it.
Right, so if I heroics, can I go? No.
You are eligible to fight, I think, if you heroic.
No, only if you charge.
Is
Yeah,
it
only if
really?
you charge, right? So yeah.
That's
You
an
could
addition
pull.
changes.
You could pull out and then have only go with 1.
Yeah, so it's arithmetic here of whether or
8
not
attacks
the
versus 6.
Dawn Eagle bike captain is better.
More attacks on the
Which I think
Venatari,
he
less
is.
on the bike. That's 2 damage each. So you have to kill 3. You have a 4 up in ball. You have a 5 up in melee. Okay?
Yeah, 5 in melee, yeah.
So I have to get 6 wounds through. I think the answer is to go with the bike. So 6 attacks. I can't go with the ladies.
Okay.
It's pointless. So 6 attacks. I do reroll 1s. Is that heroic? Strength 7, but I don't get the +1 to wound here. So 3s. You reroll 1s, however, there's the points. So that's 4. That's your reroll.
These are 2 each, right?
2 each, yep.
So-
Dagger coming in.
I'll just do it like that.
And then I don't want to be within range of you. You have not OPSEC, so I still have that objective at least.
All right.
Okay.
I'll go to my Torment Bringer. So I'll just start with a 10 Ravaging Claws.
What's the AP here?
2, pretty
Go
sure.
for it.
Yeah. So 2s, and then should be 3s. 6 AP2.
6 AP2s. I got 5 ups on these ladies. They're dead.
Okay. So back to me. We'll just go 3 like this. Three. B. Three. Okay. And that's my stuff. So I'll get 3 for that scan. I
You don't
get
get morale.
I should actually I do. Well, you killed how many?
Only
2
2.
this turn? Yeah, so I should be fine there. Reality Rebels is 1, 2, 3, and then the middle. So that'll be 4. And then no ritual, and I'll pass it over to you.
Yeah. Yeah. It's gonna hurt. Just the 1 and then the 1 bear. And yes, I got a couple problems to deal with. The Torment Bringer's a vehicle, right? Yeah. And it's a character, so you got a 4 up on that.
Yeah.
Got it. I can put 8 on the Bloodthirster again, put him on 5. Then you don't have the Warp Swords to heal. Is 5 bottom bracket?
It's probably pretty close. Let me check
Half
for
and
you.
half.
Yeah, 5 is bottom.
So I have 1 vehicle action going here, 1 vehicle action going here. The buffs and 9-inch charges. Really done a good job screening all this. Wish I could have had 2 activations. I probably could have picked this up. Had I been able to do that, and then I would have had a little bit more play. But bit of pickle. So not killing a Bloodthirster this turn. Gorons with 5 up. That's the skull cannon. I need to do that there. 4.
So not a ton of damage from Doots' turn there. Didn't really even get much with the skull cannons. In fact, anything?
Letters coming in.
Did Doots fire the skull cannons? I don't know if he did. Maybe I missed that.
There.
Oh, he did knock out a Virtus Praetor, yeah, so he must have.
That's doable.
Well, that's something. 1 Virtus Praetor down. It's a pretty big deal. Those are expensive models.
Go vehicle monster. I'm just gonna go for at least.
And the screening is online, but I think he's going to have to eat another round of salvo launcher shots, which is going to be brutal.
So yeah, I'm gonna use Trajan's once per game to rearrange these.
Okay.
And go Rendax 1, 6s to hit against vehicles and monsters auto wound.
Okay.
For everybody.
Makes total sense.
I need some things to go well. Bloodthirster's gonna get 1 go. I don't think I'm gonna be able to come in and bonk him. Unless I pick up these feeds somehow, which I don't think I have the weight to do. middle. Yeah. Jump under there with the bike. Generally clear. It's not the answer. Okay. The bloodthirster will be. He would bracket to 5. Is that right? Again, to hit 6 attacks.
Yeah.
And then you only heal on warp storm points.
Yep.
Right, which you can do at any point. So you could roll at the start of your turn, get 5, and then blow them and do that.
Yeah, I could get at the end of my turn. Potentially, I could get back up, but that's it.
Get back up. What do you mean get back up?
Get back up to mid bracket.
Get back up to mid bracket. If you hit what 5 warp storm points?
Yeah, I'd have to hit the 5.
Yeah, this is gonna be the make or break chat for sure. But he says he doesn't feel like he knows how to legally compose a list. In 10th edition, it's very simple. The rules are like super duper simple. You just you have to add 1 character to be your warlord, and then you could add any other combination of units that you want. You just can't have any more than 1 of each epic hero, 3 of each non-battle line, or 6 of each dedicated transport or battle line unit. And then you just add all those points together until you get to however number you want. Yeah, basically just take whatever. Inky's going to be my co-commentator for a while. Inky, can you give us a thought on the game state right now? No? All right. Well.
There. Is gonna move up and just touch it. Those feet are full. I think between shooting, I should be able to be okay. Clear that. What's it? The shoot just comes at me, has his way. Good throw. So the Tormbringer is a character. I can shoot you if I'm closest.
Yep.
Closest. It took all my melts. Excuse me, to get the 8 on you first time. You have 1 unit of blood letters. That's it, and a teleporting chicken. Did a good job screening here, dudes. Not really giving me much option. Not really giving me much options. You have CP for interruptions for sure. Any other interrupt shenanigans out of you?
No. Just
got the Demonettes. You're ready to pounce. After kicking that. Hold on, again, being a problem. Skull cannon. Yes, we're gonna do that. Gonna do this. That's okay. What do I do about this fucking mess in the middle? Mess over here. I have to come party, but yeah, you got a lot of good tools here. Oh, they're only strength 6, right? Or 3, right?
The Demonets, they're strength 4.
Strength 4. I think the gym. They're doing.
Yeah, they're really good. 9th edition Demonets, probably one of the best units in the game.
That feels like a stretch, but they are incredibly strong.
No, I'm serious. Like, they're amazing.
I sense 0 sarcasm.
They are fast and they have a billion attacks, though, and those are all good things to do.
I'm worried about this giant monster. You're gonna fuck me up. You will, but I mean, fuck up like 1 unit. And
They do push-ups a lot though,
that'll be it.
which I'm into, honestly. So that's fine.
That's it.
Dawn Eagle
You
Shield Captain,
have
go for the
some
skull cannon.
Bloodletters. Oh, 2
Can he
damage
take it
in there with
down?
those bloodletters.
Yep, 2 damage, strength 5.
This is very, very nice. Very, very nice. 24 is kind of at that red line that you threw. So I could stay there. Yeah.
Bad Brad Gaming, thanks for the follow. Thanks for coming hanging out. Hope you're having a good time. We're having a good Friday. Got some 10th edition points to whet your appetite.
All within 4. Oh man. Hounds. Hound issues. But dogs. I got these fucking things with giant tongues.
They're just poor, innocent little dogs.
Yeah, so they are.
They
I
wouldn't.
want to shoot
they wouldn't
things
hurt
that are
flies.
monsters. I want to shoot things that are monsters, dudes.
Fleshhounds are certainly
Let's
not
do that.
monsters. They're just doges.
Yeah, I want to
Just
deal
puppy
with
dogs.
problems. I want to deal with problems. You. Yeah, roll.
I do appreciate
Middle.
CoGo's defensive game plan here,
It's
but I am
mid-dial.
worried if it doesn't get away from him a little bit. One thing to keep in mind about Demons is that if you yourself don't have strong secondary play, so like you're playing Astra Militarum, for example, or Space Marines,
Yeah.
where you have good secondaries in the bank, the Demon player is always going to have the scoring advantage on you because Reality Rebels is essentially an auto 15. And Doots is already in a position where he's ahead on primary because he already had the scouring ticked up. He scored himself a 12 early,
Right there.
and he's gotten a third banner raised.
Stick this.
So Kogo's pulling it back for another turn, but it's likely that he falls farther behind on primary. I don't know if he's going to get knocked to a 0 again. He might, actually. It looks like he may lose objective 5 again. He's running out of objective secured there.
That to shoot you with my.
And
Yes.
Doots, it looks like, is almost certainly going to be scoring a 12. And with Kogo already on the back foot because of assassination and behind enemy lines not taking up, it's not looking good for our intrepid custodian heroes. Kogo does sort of feel like he has to break the back of this demon army right now, but he's just not in a physical position to do so. He can kill the Torment Bringer, he can kill the Fleshhounds, he can kill the Fiends, and maybe shoot the Bloodthirster down to 5, but there's still enough Demonettes and the Bloodthirster remaining that Doots may be able to just ride his points lead out to a victory. He's winning by 25 right now, and that's not really changing this turn. Gonna go find if your Knight Tyrant is worth 485. It for sure is. And Chaos Knights, 100%. Can confirm. I played against it on stream the other day. And it was great.
Yep. That's the stuff that's on the board. I think I need to do this. Oh man, I'm gonna try that. Mine and sure. Yeah, it's all That's good there. Man, dude, you got...
Lara's Custodian's coming in the deployment zone. You know, you hate to see it. This unit is going to be a bit of a problem for Doots.
I'm like deep striking in my own deployment zone.
Yeah, CoGo said exactly the same thing.
Horrendous.
Doots is, it could potentially run out of beef to kill it. But then again, Kairos could also just go ham and blow up an entire unit. We never know. That guy is a nothing if not inconsistent. I'm kind of psyched about Kairos in the Notion chat.
Yeah.
He's going to be sweet.
I think that's what I'm going to do. Let's skip psychic and shoot some guns.
Custodians have their maps upside down.
Order of operations here on these guns.
Trajan's like, all right, man, we need you to teleport into the deployment zone.
Which I think it's Clay's.
And they're like, yes, sir, teleport into our deployment zone. He's like, no, the enemy deployment zone.
Yep.
And they're like, yes, sir, teleport into the deployment zone that is the enemy of our enemies. And he's like, no, the deployment zone that it is not ours.
All right.
Like, yes, sir, teleport into our deployment zone. It's like a Monty Python sketch.
1, 2, 3.
The other 6 of them.
Ooh, whittling down this demonette unit.
With 4.
2 more.
Only down to
They take
4.
leadership.
That feels
They
like
do. They will. Yeah.
a nice auto pass for Doots. I think he's kind of locked that in to hold that objective down. And we can see the play pattern. Don Eagle Jet Bike's going to go for the skull cannon. Even if he doesn't kill it, if he clips it out and the demonets run, he takes the objective.
Not a lady on that. It's gonna suck. I think these 2 blue dudes are going to shoot your bloodthirster. 2 blue bikes.
Yep.
They're in Trajan's reroll. 6s will auto wound you. Flip it. Neither wound. Wunderbar. Wonderful. That is going to be hard. There. The bike cat. Shoot bloodthirster.
Yep.
Come on. That's a hit. That's a wound.
I'll CP it. Out of 4. There we go.
Okay. And then, therefore, the last 3 melted bikes will also shoot bloodthirster.
Yep.
These guys are rerolling 1s. No 6s. Not rerolling that one. I don't. Hold on a second. I have 2 CP. Yeah, no, I got
No.
Go for it. Oh, yeah.
All right.
Oh, you son of a god. That's not great.
I bet if you shot all those into Kairos, I would have failed all those 3-ups too.
No me gusta.
It's just the magic of the 4-up.
Me gusta. No me gusta. Dudes.
Lo siento.
Alright. So now we are going to shoot Trajan into those. Well, no. Now we're going to shoot the Benetari into the fiends.
Okay.
That will be 4 attacks with their spears that hit on 2s. Strike 6.
Yeah.
Reroll the 1. That's 3 more AP 2/2.
Ouchies. That's going to be...
Dead guy and a half. Oh, that's right. You got.
Yeah, I got feeling pains now. So the first 2. It's alive on 1.
Dead guy. Now it's dead guy.
Yeah, so 1 guy dies.
And does the wound carry over or no?
It doesn't because it's a 2 damage shot, right?
Yep. Okay. That leaves Trajan a rapid fire. Hitting on 2s. Strength 5. And not rerolling those. Alright. What I think happens next is, what is that? Tormbringer is T5. Okay. These are Loras that came in.
Mm-hmm.
that are within Trajan's 6 inches, because I'm a good 40k player, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Are going to shoot the shit out of those hounds.
Sounds good.
So 8 shots with the axes
Blam, blam. This is a really good profile against
that
the
hit on
hounds.
2s and reroll 1s. Nope. And then win on 4s at strength 4.
Ugh.
But they reroll 1s. Come on, guys. It's 4 AP1, 2 damage.
Oh,
Ooh,
man.
just kills 4.
Knocks most of that unit down.
Okay.
Did you
What
just kill the
demon
Gorehound
save?
there? Maybe not.
Demon save. And then the
Just give the
grenades.
Custodian something to charge.
9. That hit on 2s. Reroll 1s. Strength 5. It's wound on 3s. Ew. Reroll
Oh, goodness.
1s. That's 4 at AP3, 1.
Kills me.
Okay. 5 puppies. Goodbye, puppies.
Very nice.
They didn't do anything.
Grenade
to you,
launchers, getting it done.
You monster. Who's the monster here?
Upscaling, how's it going? Thanks for coming and visiting.
The Venatari are going to shoot the Torment Prayer.
Alrighty.
And with everything. So let's start with the 2 pistol shots that could explode 6s. Great, that could an explosion.
Toughness
let's add-
is 5.
Let's add oh, that was that's a vehicle, right? So
It is, yeah.
So that's 1 auto wound, and this is the 2nd auto wound, but the explosion doesn't count as an auto. So these are now all the wound rolls. I'm rolling in strength 6, wound you on 3s. So you have 5 saves at AP2, 2 damage.
Take 4.
Shouting about 10th edition. That's fair. Yeah, something 10th edition points. Something my faction sucks.
That's
How's everybody going tonight? I think everybody's going pretty well. This game's been pretty interesting so far. Big swings and roundabouts. It is early days yet. It looks like Doots has it in the bag, or not in the bag, but in the lead. Well, we'll see what CoGo's able to do this turn.
Okay.
He really comes into these charges, and he should clear out everything he gets into melee with, honestly.
Beyond 2s, that's an
I don't
auto
think that's
wound.
really in
Second one is not a wound, so
contention.
it's 1 AP1 at 2 damage.
But the question is whether or not he can
Good.
rotate that
Grenade
into a
shots.
victory.
2.
Waffle Man been building Necron lists all day? Hell yeah. What's
1
looking good for Necrons? Are we on Warriors?
Good to go.
Are we on Catan shards? Are we on
Good to
big
go.
tanks?
I think that's all the guns that I can shoot. Smoke cannons. Not bad at melee. Okay.
Yeah, they're not terrible.
Not terrible. Right. Charges.
Mm-hmm.
Any shenanigans here you can do? Those not really, so I put him within 1. That touch him. There, he's got a blast weapon, so he can't really shoot, but he can fight. Let's start with this Shield Captain and Terminator armor going in.
Yeah, it
Armor
seems
bringer.
like 2 big phalanxes of Warriors has been the list that I've been seeing going around right now.
7.
Necron Warriors do seem like the one infantry unit that sort of survived the transition. Right, you can take 3 Transcendent Catan and a named one? Only 1 named one? Can you not take all 3? I guess you run out of points. Because they are like 300 points apiece.
It's super cold and there. These bikes, the Venatari will charge the Skull Cannon.
Okay.
Oberon, Zandrek,
Go 8.
and a Technomancer. Can you add all 3 of those?
As far as I can go.
That does seem good. I thought they'd restricted characters to like max 2. Maybe that's one of those weird situations because Oberon's like a bodyguard guy.
that.
Lich Guard do seem sweet though. Either way,
Charge the Tormorbringer.
I am thankful that their weapons aren't like hyper lethal, but they do seem fine. Like they're just basically indestructible.
Fine.
It kind of feels like you're caught between like the armies that are hyper tanky and sit in the middle of the table, and the armies that are kind of lethal and blow you up. It's like a little bit of a rock paper scissors, and at least at the top end.
I think I did that wrong.
Oh, one of each epic here. So you can take all three of the named Catan shards plus 3 Transcendence. I don't know if that's good, but it is fun. 4 Catan seems like the maximum.
No,
And honestly, like I don't like Nightbringer seems like you could maybe leave it at home. Oh, trying to push for behind enemy lines with the shield captain Dawn Eagle now. Trying as hard as we can.
And now,
CoGo's like, please, please, Emperor.
I think happens.
Emperor, let me score my secondaries, please, God.
Objective.
I'm getting destroyed on prime on score right now.
Charge there. It's helpful. Over there, not touch the terrain. Come on its backside.
Oh, Oberon is not a noble.
Likes will then charge.
Weird.
Will then charge them.
I guess that makes sense. Oh.
4, 5. 5.
Yep.
Trajan goes in next.
Mm-hmm.
That's cool though. I have like a 13 model Lich Guard unit. It's pretty nuts though. I like at least one faction builds cool combos out of their leader attachments. The other ones aren't that great.
Go with those Olaris. Into that. Let's fail. That's fine with me. All right. So you can interrupt me. This is not the 3 damage Blissbringer, right?
Correct.
So 2 damage. Got 8 attacks, strength 4, AP 2.
Yep,
Claws.
and then 4 little strength 4, AP 0, 1 damage.
And it's got no buffs in melee or anything.
No.
Okay. I think these feeds are perfectly. So that's 8.
I guess the weird
versus 3, so
the
it's
weird
still
question
Trajan.
is whether or not that rule
True.
supersedes,
I think I'm gonna start down here. Likes.
or if Oberon supersedes that rule, because you can basically like discount the noble for having joined, but does Oberon restrict you? I don't know. That might need a clarification. I also don't have the index in front of me, so I can't look at it. This is kind of wild though.
In on 2s. We're rolling the ones. Full house. Strength 7 with a +1 to wound. And wounding on 2s. That is 8 AP 3, 2 damage.
Super dead.
Super dead.
I will interrupt, I think. And
Here.
doesn't really make sense over here. I think we're going to go with the Skull Cannon into your Venatari.
Interesting.
What's his attack profile?
He's going to get 4 with his Hellblades and then 2 little Biting Moss.
Strength 6 AP 3, 2, huh? That's not bad.
Yeah, I think the questionable part is that like the Crypt Tech
Rolling anything.
doesn't have a clause that lets it attach even if Oberon's attached, and Oberon doesn't have a clause that lets it attach even if the Cryptek is detached. So they may
Yeah, I'm gonna do that.
restrict each other, but it's unclear. I think it could go either way, honestly.
Here we go. Oh, God.
Who knows?
Worth the 2 CP.
I know that they did basically state that unless outside of like very specific circumstances, of which this might be one, to be fair, they wanted to restrict basically no units from having more than 2 characters attached to them. But that could be a special case where it's intended.
I will go with the shield captain. So I'll go with the bikes into the Tormentbringer.
Okay.
That's going to be
That's super cool, though.
12 attacks with the lances. Hitting on 2s, rerolling 1s. These are all auto wounds. These are wounding on 2s. Has 11 saves, AP 3, 2.
Don't worry, Tormentbringer.
Yeah.
You will super die.
Adios, muchacho.
Assassinations online now. We're doing it. We're going forward in the world.
So do I want to
Not doing anything to the Bloodthirster this turn is a little bit scary. And there are enough fiends to mix it up again.
That there.
They should kill the Venator this time. Or push into the Praetors, the Brutus Praetors, because the Venatari aren't as dangerous to the Bloodthirster.
Yeah, it's fine. Something like that. Alright, these. Got it. So, which one do I want?
Dr. Diplodocus, how's it going?
To try to kill. I think.
Thanks for coming and hanging out.
This one here. That's we'll get one more on there. I'm just gonna have to deal with that. Yeah, I'll go with
Does
these
the
Venatari.
designer commentary say max 2 characters per unit? I didn't notice that, but it might.
So 8 attacks.
Did I still have it open? I was looking at it earlier.
With the lances that hit on 2s.
Actually, I think I
Wound.
downloaded it.
Strength 6 is winning on 5s. Just the one. AP 2, 2.
Takes 2.
F3. That's an auto wound.
It is a good resource just in case. Let's take a
That's
look.
2 more AP to 1 damage.
Ooh, takes them both.
And then I got Draggers, an auto wound, and the 5s. 2 more AP to 1 damage.
Yeah, you saved him.
And then. Frozen. Okay. And you came and based them. Cool.
Yeah, base the front too.
Now I'll go with the Shield Captain and the Skull Cat on the other side.
Okay.
Yeah, they actually don't cover leaders at all, as
Attacks,
far as I know, chat.
Hit on 2s.
That was just a
auto
statement
wound.
that they made.
Strength 7 with a +1 to wound on charge.
So
Find it
3.
anywhere.
3, so that's 5 at AP 3, 2 damage.
Oh, just kidding. No,
God, takes
I
6.
found it. It doesn't use the leader keyword for some reason.
Dagger. It's not a wound with a dagger, AP 2, 1.
Oh my god, these guys can't save.
Just gonna move a little bit under there.
Some models have rules that
I
allow
guess
them
I
to
can
be
fight you
attached to a,
back.
spec-
I
to
think
a
that's
specified
it for
unit,
you,
even if
right? So
another
just- yeah,
specified
so-
character is already attached. In all such cases,
so
only one
into that
additional
shield
model with rules
captain,
to this
there's
effect can be added to a unit already led by a
2
different
hits.
character.
T6.
For an
2
example,
wounds.
an intercessor squad has a captain attached to
3
it. You
for
cannot attach both a lieutenant and an apothecary to that unit, even though both of those models have rules to that effect.
Ugh. And the claw, biting maws.
Yeah,
hits.
that would imply that you couldn't,
think
but
it's
I think the
26.
situation is a little bit different, right? Because it's
Yep.
2
2,
characters
AP1 on those.
checking 2 different characters, right? So it's like a love triangle between the 3 characters
And
trying
it's
to
2
join a
damage
unit.
still on the biting maw.
I would err on the side that you can't do it, but
One more. Okay.
Oh my god, stop it.
it doesn't seem quite so cut and dry, honestly.
Morale.
Yeah, I owe you morale, so Demonettes.
Lost 6.
They fail.
Huh?
So I'll take the instrument out so I can ignore the.
The page number?
How many
Page number
attrition mods?
is
So nobody else runs.
page number is
Yeah.
2. That's
I
easy.
Do better than that. And then I think that's the
Page
only
2.
one.
Yeah, you killed the
So
rest.
You
I
can
would
read for
not have
yourself.
been able to. If I had to kill you to get the guy behind enemy lines. I didn't do that. So assassinate for 3.
I'm the nice TO? Oh,
Yep.
don't let most people in the
What do you do?
community hear that. I
Alright.
don't think I quite have that
12.
reputation.
Looking at 3 banners.
Will I be ranking all the 10th edition armies? Yeah, next week. I'm not going to do it this week until I play some games. I also have too many videos halfway done. I have 3 videos recorded but unedited right now.
We're
so I have too much going on. But yeah, next week, maybe Monday or Tuesday, I'll have a tier list for sure.
Okay, well, I have a 9 wound shield captain back here. Makes me sad.
Dr. Diplodocus, new to the game, debating on trying out Guardsmen. Guard look great. They are a little static, I think, so be prepared for that. You're not going to do a lot of movement with a Guard army. You're going to mostly shoot artillery at people and build them up and then make them sad. But if that's a play style that you enjoy, then go for it. Jump on in.
Just alternating.
They are mostly just the big artillery faction, which makes sense.
It's all full health. Okay.
All right, so CoGo completed his turn. No behind enemy line score. Did get an assassination, but low on raise the banners, low on behind enemy lines, and the skull cannons both tanked. Oof.
That has to go there, and then I have to shove down here. What needs to happen?
I won't let you deploy outside. Yeah, redeploy outside your deployment zone. And I may still not, chat. The core rules are as yet undecided whether or not you can do that somehow, despite the fact that it does cover them in the designer commentary. It says that when you redeploy units, you always use the normal rules for deployment. What does that mean? I don't know. Is infiltrating a normal rule? Up to me, I guess. Up to whoever's TOing. A little awkward.
Okay. Where are the feeds going?
Do I like to play Tyranids? I normally do. Jury's out whether I like them in 10th edition, though.
So Kairos had
They feel kind of stat checky.
No, that was the other.
To just bring a bunch of the same stat line and hope you can't deal with it. But we'll see.
So I think he's just gonna come over here and start playing.
Yeah, the other thing too is that redeployments look like they may take place before the roll to go first. That is also not covered in the designer commentary. I don't know. I have a video on it that should be out tomorrow. So, like, exactly how redeployments work is totally, you know, totally unresolved.
Actually, let me see how far these go. Guy has to go in here because he's been a weirdo.
Lav Scallion. That's usually my play pattern too. I'll deploy here. 2 minutes later, I'm like, shoot! What have I done? I messed up! And then my opponent's like, it's fine, you can try to do something else, but then I don't have space because there's another unit where I wanted to put them. And I just mess it up. It's implied that it's before the roll to go first. Yeah, if so, those abilities are all terrible. Like, outside of the ones that pull units back from infiltrate, because you can block enemy infiltrators and then pull them back. But if they have turn 1 deep strikers, you also need to block the turn 1 deep strikers, so you just don't even redeploy most of the time. It seems so worthless. I hope it's not how it works. Bloodthirster versus Shield Captain. Let's go. Now this Emissaries Imperatus, always fighting first, is going to be pretty relevant here.
Over here that wants to charge me next turn, with the exception of Trajan, is going to do as they want.
So I recommend Kill Team. I've never played Kill Team, so I couldn't tell you.
Can
one
you
way or another.
Do anything when I fall back?
Nope.
Generally speaking, I think that there are better other skirmish games out there. So
I do need that,
I don't know if I would,
but I can't.
but I've never played it, so I can't speak to the mechanics honestly.
Get wacky with this. Now that we're out of the way here, so we can go. That. Well, that's way too far, isn't it?
Yeah, I agree, chat. Games Workshop constantly rewrites rules in such a way that they make the same problems from their last edition.
maybe that goes there. That goes there. That might be what has to happen. So we're just gonna go back to whatever it takes to get this guy out of here. Yeah, that should do it there. I guess I don't really want to be seen by Clays.
Really trying to stop this behind ambulance from taking out. That's good play from Doots. It does mean that he has to kill the shield captain with the Bloodthirster. It has Argath King of Blades, so it shouldn't be too bad. But the shield captain could fight first. You certainly can't afford to eat the swing on the fiends here with these models. So I think you just have to eat the hit on the Bloodthirster and hope that shield captain doesn't go ham.
Coherency is a rule that I have to follow. I've been told.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Going there. These demonettes.
I think we might have, to
spray
the kill team point, though, I think Combat Patrol is like angling to sort of take that space for 40k. So if you're looking for a game that doesn't use wholly different mechanics, I think I would probably recommend Combat Patrol over Kill Team.
Actually, this up here. Okay, that should be one zone pretty much screened. This stuff is basically coming over here. Do it like this for now. And I'm going to leave that guy in, I think. Let's go in there. Let's see. Area denial. If I go here. Every target, including the big boy. Stay in the middle. Here. Okay. And blood letters.
Whoa.
Gotta be 3 away from you.
This is aggressive.
I come in my deployment zone.
Yeah, I think Doots is sort of recognizing that as long as he can prevent deep strikes in his deployment zone this turn, he's almost entirely stopped the threat of behind enemy lines. He has to worry about this pocket, maybe. If he pushes too far, then it could be awkward. But I think that the blood letters there is good. So as long as he can prevent that from happening, he can
Let's do psychic.
just sort of play on his
so
back
do war
line
patrol.
and call it good.
And it goes off. So I'll put it to 7. And then Kairos, we're going to do a big Infernal Gateway. Start things off. 9, 10, 11, 12. So it's a big gateway. So just 3 mortals to these 2 units.
All right. On the captain, takes 2. On bikes, takes 1.
Nice. Bikes take 1. Let's go ahead and smite. We're going to reroll that one.
Yeah, that's a CP right there. You don't want to take that perils. There's the super.
Super
Oh,
smite.
man, this poor shield captain.
Might.
Oh, for
good
6!
All right.
Oh, my God. Does he just vaporize here? Takes 5 down to 1. Got a bolt to change him.
All right. Well, that worked out. Got 1 left.
Yep.
I will bolt change. Let me get it off first if I can. Goes off.
Kairos getting so reliable at casting now about around 3.
Let's see. I think
Plus
I just
3
want
to
the shield
cast his
captain
spells.
out of my life.
Yeah,
So
just get rid of
I'm
that
just gonna
guy.
put it into him.
Each individual fight activation you give your opponent is dangerous for Doots right now.
Takes
2
2.
mortals.
Okay. Some boxcars here.
Oh, there he goes. Great psychic hit from Kairos. Fuck.
Alrighty.
That guy is so good.
That's the psychic phase.
Once
Let's
he's
do
all
some
souped up.
shooting. Skull cannon is blast, isn't it?
Yep.
It is blast. Yep. So nothing going on there. Nothing here. That's out of range. I have 1 flamer going into the Praetor, so I'll do that. Oh, I forgot to do my other scan. I can do that later. Okay. 1 flamer for 7 shots. Hitting on 3s. I can never remember if this is a reroll ones to hit or.
See through dents?
Oh, good call. What am I rerolling though? Hits.
That's right.
So,
You don't auto hit it.
Yeah, so 4s, and I'm rerolling 1s.
Oof.
Okay. And then these are going to be 5s.
These dice are so strong. Well, maybe not
1
that
AP2.
one.
Or good.
Good to go. Okay. That's that. This dude fell back. The Bloodthirster will yell at your shield captain 3 times.
Yeah, we're on Arcs of Omen for the time being. Fire Smoke.
Don't know what this roll was. Just
Basically
reroll
until
it.
tomorrow.
So 2 wounds.
We've got
AP2.
2 more pawns in Arcs of Omen to clear up. And then the season end is officially next weekend, and then we'll cut to top 16 for the Invitational. Invitational, I'll be 10th.
All right.
But
that's
that'll
the
give us a
shooting.
good couple weeks.
Next is the charging. So let's start with bloodletters into the shield captain.
Which armies have I preemptively banned? Eldar, of course.
Dylan,
Space
don't really
Marines,
want to very much.
Chaos Demons, Grey Knights, Adeptus Sororitas, every Xenos, every Tyranid faction. You're only allowed to play Leagues of Votan and Thousand Suns, is what I've decided. Add Mech Meta back, yeah. We've just gone ahead and banned Imperium factions. How's that? We've banned Imperium and Chaos,
All right,
and any
the
factions that
Bloodthirster
don't
will
have
go
the
in there.
Imperium or Chaos keyword.
Yep.
We decided that they were too strong and we didn't want to deal with them in our event.
Thank you.
Wonder how Custodes are going to
down
fare in
here.
10th.
Let's do
Custodes, I think, are
these
waiting on the Imperial Armor
into
document.
theirs.
Their tanks all come from Forge World, so they have to see how their tanks do.
7.
The old Crisis Suit in joke. That's like even better now looking in hindsight at the Crisis Suit datasheet too. Like Carson suits are kind of hard to kill, right? Because you get drones for free. So everyone just has like a shield drone and
No reason to do that.
and a +1 wound drone, or I guess a shield generator and a +1 wound drone like baked in.
Better, it's a little better. I guess we could go
So they're like
this.
4+ save 6 wounds or something, but their guns are so bad. It's like, who cares?
This guy goes here. This guy goes here. Kairos is going to charge both because I think I have to.
Yeah, I saw the discussion about the enhancements thing, chat.
7
It looks to me like the enhancements are only checked during the muster phase. I don't think that you check enhancements during battle formations.
Going to go for the.
That would be a little sort of insane.
6 is not enough. Is that worth a reroll? Would be nice. I want to do it. I'll reroll. Yeah.
Nice.
Let's just restart this.
A re-rack.
Yeah, let's just re-rack real quick because this is
Demon that's in.
the final blow.
Let's just restart.
Can I stand here and be correct? Nope.
Yeah, I think it would be unreasonable to rule that you cannot add multiple models with enhancements to units. Because it's not stated during that step, and it would state that.
Something like that.
It's actually good for you.
Okay. Where do I start is the next question. It's just one after the other, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
I really don't think there's a correct answer. I think this is just going to be a slugfest. So I will go with my Torment Bringer first. Actually, let me do my mortals real quick. Forgot about that. The Minotauri take 2 mortals.
6s. Take 1 mortal.
All right. Yeah, it's not going to
These
matter
6-up
really.
is
So I'm
pretty
still going
good
to start with the Torment
against
Bringer.
mortal wounds. Kind of feels like
and
we're
here we
playing
go.
Emperor's Chosen, but not really.
2s and then 5s, I think.
Yeah, I believe that you can have 2 characters with different enhancements for sure.
Give me 2, AP3.
4s.
Ooh,
On both. How much damage?
3 each. And then 4 tongues.
Unless that's in the rules document, I guess we should just start checking that preemptively.
2 more, no AP.
2 more, no AP. That's a failed save. How much damage?
Just 1 damage on that. And it is your turn.
Yeah, the rules designer
Go ahead and base
document
this
doesn't
last
say
guy, I
anything.
guess.
I mean, this is just not good. I mean, I take a chunk here, but it doesn't die. I think killing fiends. Kairos in combat is. Ooh,
It's not bad. Yeah.
Ooh, yeah. Strength 8.
He is better than
That's
a
bike.
regular lord.
It's a bike.
That big stick is not just for show.
Getting on the bikes. Blitzbringers, the fiends will definitely take them out. Not going to do enough on the bloodletters. Or take a chunk. If I take the bloodthirster, I am auto wounding here. Otherwise, it's 5s to wound. Auto wounding 6s. If I get him to 8, I don't have the Melta left. I have to get lucky on a Caladius. That means I have to take. I think I'll 5 of pay. Oh, Doots. This is just bad.
Yeah, this is
Bad.
going well for me.
40K. I think the bikes into the Blitzbringers, the Fiends. They have the 5 of pain.
No, they just they're just
No,
+1.
okay.
Yeah.
Oh god. I'm gonna take. I have to take 11 wounds off that bird. Fiends are strength 5, so I guess that would be wounding on 5s. Actually, I'm gonna go the bikes into the bird.
Okay.
I think is the answer. 6s will auto wound. I could spend a CP for. Just make sure. I think I'm gonna do 2 CP to do +1 to wound against something with a higher toughness. Slayer of Nightmares. There's 3 or 3 models, it's 1 CP. Yeah, so I'll do that. Slayer of Nightmares, 1 CP, +1
That's
to wound.
+1 to wound.
Mhm.
I don't know what else I'm going to use this on, so I'm going to make that cost 2 CP for the rest of the game.
Okay, does it
Got
cost 2
him.
now or no?
Not now.
Okay.
Yeah, just any subsequent.
Okay, these hit on 2s. Those are good auto wounds there. And the rest of these are 7 with an auto wound, so it's 3s. That helps.
Oof.
So 8, AP3, 2 damage.
All right, I got 5 ups. So I will take 10.
Clock
10.
Kairos with the interrupts.
There's
It costs
daggers
3
coming
CP
in your
though.
way. They're all hitting. Strength 5, so it's moving on 4s. That's 3 more AP2, 1.
Take 1 more.
Is that bracket?
And bracket.
Oh,
You?
exactly
Hey,
bracketed
perfect.
him. Look at that.
All right.
Yeah, that's
CoGo knew that would happen.
Goes
I
to
get that
me.
CP back. I do not.
So this stuff pretty much is done. So I guess I'll do Bloodthirster. Let's do the magic. So this guy's got a 4-up invul. Can you 5-up feel no pain? What?
No defense.
No defense.
No defense on bikes.
Do I just do big swings? It would be 2s and 2s. And then it's just straight up 4-ups. I'm going to have to get probably at least 2 through. Math says it works. Honestly, I have no idea if doing the 3 damage swing is better here. Probably is. I'm going to do the 3 damage swings. So 16
Arganth,
attacks.
the King of Blades, improving that damage up to 3 from 2. Definitely lets that guy cleave through heavy
Looking
infantry units
for
all day.
2s and then 3s. Ouch. All right, give me 9.
9. These are 3 damage each.
3 damage each.
4, so that's
Oh my
that'll do it,
god!
Yikes.
Oh, goodness.
You make one of those?
Just a casual
Just
21
make
damage.
21 saves.
Respectable.
No.
Tried.
That was a valiant effort. Wow,
Right.
that was awful from that shield captain.
That about shores it. I guess you got your Venatari.
Single dude. Can't punch the Fate Weaver. Will punch
I'll just stay there, I think.
the Torment Bringer.
Okay.
2s. And strength 6 is 3s. Just 1 AP2, 2.
Takes it.
The dagger hits. The dagger strength 5 wounds. 2, 1.
T5.
Oh, okay, no word.
Yeah. Okay. It's just on to me then. I already did the Torment Bringer, so let's do the Demonettes here. Is that legal? Yes. Okay. So
Yeah. That's the unfortunate opposite end of those 4-ups. Everyone has a story about 4+s going absolutely insane.
there we go. Okay, so I've got 7 times 4 attacks each, which is 28 plus 1 for the healers, 29. And I will just
But then you also have those times where the 4-ups
So
flip
it's going
the
to
other way
be
around.
3s and then 5s.
Flip.
Threes and then 5s. And I can reroll 1s for the Torment Bringer.
Ooh, oh, look at that. Wound roll.
Give me
11?
9 AP2s.
Brutal.
4s.
Oh, there he
Oh,
goes.
respectable.
You tried.
Cool.
Had a Technomancer survive a Rust
I
Stalker unit
guess
charging
let's
him.
do Kairos.
Killed one
Actually,
of the
no, let's
swingback.
do Fiends.
That's even the
next.
worst,
I'll
right?
start
Because
with
then they're like,
Fiend.
oh, like, I'll stick you in or whatever, and
Smaller attacks.
you can't fall back. Although Technomancer's usually fine.
So
But he's just like,
17.
okay, dies, respawns, pops back up, steals the
He's got
objective on their
buffs
turn
on
too.
2s.
Your opponent just pulls their hair out. I've had that happen to me before.
And then 5s again, but rerolling 1s for that Torment Bringer. Well, when you roll, lights out. AP2 on those, 2 damage. 8.
So I think that is 1 bike and 1 guy's on 1 wound.
My tails, hit on 2s, wound on 5s. Reroll 1s. Nothing. And Kairos. Actually, I'll tuck
4
in,
attacks on 4s.
tuck in here a little bit. I think it's gonna matter. But... yes, because I bracketed. So 4. Okay, good hits.
And 3s.
All right, give me 3. AP3.
I have. See if you can reroll that. Still failed 1. That's the dead guy.
Yep.
Back.
Okay, I think that's pretty much everything. Right. I guess the bloodletters can activate. And yeah, so scoring, I'm gonna get 1, 2, 3, 4 for rebels again. And that is that.
Yeah. I mean, I just don't know
Hmm.
what.
Am I gonna be
Yeah,
playing a lot tomorrow? Yeah, for
here,
sure.
So
Definitely a lot tomorrow.
Yeah, I don't think there's.
no, I don't think it's a pass. So I'll almost concede and hand you the victory.
Looks like we'll get a
Dudes, well
talk out
played,
here in
so-
chat. Yeah, I think
Yeah,
after that
congratulations on the card.
turn 1
Um,
push, Doots really didn't
Always a
get
great time
punished for
playing,
it.
man.
It was fun times playing. Yeah, it's not a great
Yeah.
game, I think.
No.
In that
Demons
way.
are pretty good, turns out.
Yeah, I mean, you weren't more sure if you wanted first turn. I think that was great for you to get first turn and jump. I think I was probably too cautious on the Bloodthirster. That guy just like fucks with my brain. That I have to
It's
be
just-
more aggressive.
Everything is just way too efficient on the wounds, like for the demon saves that they have. So it's like you look at your profiles and you're like, oh, I can kill that. And then I just make more than average 4-up saves, and it's like, oh shit, everything falls apart.
You do custodian things, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
And the whole time-
Custode these
trading
nuts.
units that would punch way above. I mean, I put anything out, Fiends would kill Venatari. Fuck, even the dogs would kill Venatari. So I tried to have like characters up that could probably take a punch and at least like do some defensive strats. But then they just got the one guy just got smited to death.
Yeah. Yeah, there's no right answer really, because if you throw the chaff up, I just trade. If you throw the good stuff up, I'm like, okay, I'll just kill it. And then and then going first on scouring is always good,
It's always good. I mean,
especially if you got a couple of quick units.
Should I just like bum rush the middle with everything and just? I think it just would have been a bloodbath.
I think if the opposite happened, if you went first and just advance, just control all advance to the middle.
Yeah, Shima, you're not wrong.
Would have been a way different game. I don't know if it would have
A
been
little bit of a go hard mode.
better,
Yeah.
but it would have been you on the center. Because like if Trajan's in the center, it gets a lot harder for me. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And then you've got like a little spear tip where you can get the Alaris in.
Yeah, I almost wonder also if CoGo's secondaries were a little bit aggressive.
Yeah.
Behind enemy lines, he's usually good, but Doots has so many models and
Should
stuff.
have maybe taken, instead of the Fiends on turn 1, tried to get an angle. I mean, you really had those tucked in. I don't think I had much.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know what. I mean, I certainly made mistakes, but I don't really know what like material change besides winning a roll and that dynamic changing it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, behind enemy lines is pretty much a solid, at least like a 8 every time. Although I think you probably keep me under 8 now. Banners on this one and assassinate.
Yeah, the other thing though is that 8s on secondaries isn't going to be
Yeah.
new against demons. Is the problem?
Yeah, I think
Well,
I think the missions, like if you go first, the mission swings a lot more in your favor than it would on other missions. But you know, is what it is.
yeah. Well, now we'll be having like drawing tactical objectives and changing stuff during the game.
Yeah, I'm
think
interested to hear what Trevi wants to do about
Yeah,
that.
Trevi, how you doing? How you thinking about Season 8, 10th edition setup?
I mean, tactical objectives are just part of the game now, so that's just where it is.
Yeah, I guess
Use them if you want to.
Choose
know.
fixed.
Yeah, you can choose either one in each game. It's up to you, each player. So you can construct an army around getting fixed objectives, or you can play tactical, which score higher. So.
That's right. I guess it's then, are you going to are you thinking of like assigning maps to missions or having that kind of random generated at the game?
It depends entirely on the GT packet. The GT packet, it looks like will have maps and mission rules associated with each other. And so those will be, those will be stapled together, and then we'll probably make maps based on those.
And then the gambits as well are just like part of the game?
That's just part of the game.
Yeah.
It's all just in it.
Man.
That's a lot. There's a lot of changes for sure.
I know. You're like these boards, these scoring boards here are going to get way more complicated.
Oh yeah, the 10th edition one's already up for FTC.
Is it?
The Battleforge team
Gotta check that
just peeled that right off. Yeah, nailed it weeks ago actually, which was amazing. Yeah, it's huge. It's very complicated.
Yeah, the simplified moniker did not apply to the missions.
No, for sure. They are
They're
long
like,
and
actually,
complex. Yeah,
how bad can we make this as far as complexity goes?
for sure. Well, dudes, congratulations on taking it down.
Woo!
And thank you guys for the game.
Last game of 9th.
Yeah.
Hey.
Hey, thanks, Trevi, for all the tactical tour stuff you do, man. Appreciate it.
Cheers, dude. Thanks for playing.
Yeah, great season, man. Having fun.
Yeah, it's been good. Cheers, guys.
All right, thanks.
All right. Thanks for the
Adios.
stream. Later, y'all. Later, CoGo.
Cool, chat. That's gonna be it for us today. Great game. It was a little one-sided in Doots' favor. I think the real problem there, and the real, the thing that you do not have to worry about post 10th edition switchover is that Reality Rebels is just so insane. I think the final score, CoGo most likely scores out these, and maybe a banner. And then I think Doots should get a 97. This most looks like what it's going to be. Just going to go ahead and close that out for the players before we end things up. Roll more 6s, wins more games. Yeah, for sure. If CoGo had only rolled every single dice result being a 6, he might have won, And I think that's pretty, that's just how it goes. All right, chat, let's go raiding. Who's online right now? Barely Battle Ready is just rocking games. That's fucking sick. Oh, Scary is online. He's playing some games. We're going to go raid Scary. Looks like we're playing 10th edition. Please come hang out with me. I don't know when I'm going to be live. I'm going to commit to noon time US Eastern. And we're going to see if that works out. But I'm going to be live basically all weekend, Saturday and Sunday, rocking 10th edition games and hoping that Tyranids aren't terrible. So I'll cross my fingers. If they are, we'll just play Demons. It's fine, you know? It'll be okay. So please come join with me tomorrow morning, and I'll see you then. Thanks, everyone, and we'll go hang out with Scary. Dragon Gale, thanks for the follow, by the way.